Yeah, welcome to this class once again. This will be the third video on simultaneous equation. Today we just want to solve practice question, that means Waec question on simultaneous equation, and that we are given directly to solve a simultaneous equation or word problem. So these questions are all from Waec past question. They are all from Waec past questions. We're just going to go through it and see how we can solve this. Now the first question is saying solve the simultaneous equation. We have 5x minus 4y equals 6. Now, if you look at that equation 2, it's not straightforward. It looks like indices. So 3 raised to the power of 3 into brackets y minus x is equals to 1 over 27. This equation 1 is linear, that one is okay, but this equation 2 is not like equation 1. You have to make it to look like equation 1 so we can solve it simultaneously. But as you see here, it's in form of indices. So that means, how can we go about this equation 2? Now, if you see that there is a way we can rewrite this as 1 over 27 in indices. Don't forget that from indices, we say a raised to power minus 1 is equal to 1 over a. So that means 1 over a. If a here is 27, so that means I can rewrite 1 over 27 as 27 raised to power of minus 1. That means I can write 1 over 27 as 27 raised to the power of minus 1. So that means I can have something like this as 3 raised to the power 3 into brackets y minus x is equals to 27 raised to the power of minus 1. And don't forget, from our index, we can rewrite 27 as 3 raised to the power of 3. So that means I can have 3 into bracket y minus x is equals to 3 raised to the power of 3. Don't forget that we have minus 1 there before, because it times minus 1. That's the product power law. So that means we are multiplying the power out. So that means 3 raised to the power of 3 into bracket y minus x is equals to 3 raised to the power of minus 3. Now, since that equation, if they have the same base, that means the power also will be equal. If they have the same base, the power will be equal. So since the base here is 3, the base here is 3, and we have equality sign, so we say 3 into bracket y minus x equals to minus 3. If we divide both sides by 3, just to simplify the equation, so we have y minus x equals to minus 1. So we have simplified our equation 2 to be y minus x equals to minus 1. So once we have done that, then we can now solve the equation now simultaneously. Our first equation is Our first equation is 5x minus 4y equals to 6. 5x minus 4y equals to 6. And the second one is y minus s equals to minus 1. Y minus s equals to minus 1. Y minus x equals to minus 1. This is my equation 1. I can rewrite this just to follow the same pattern, because this one we have x as the first variable here, but this we have y. So I can write it as this: 5x minus 4y equals 6. Now I can say this is minus s plus y equals to minus 1. I can write it like just to. Now, you can use any of the method. Let's use the fastest one, which is elimination. If I want to eliminate y here, just to eliminate y, you can see that the coefficient of y here is 4, y this one is 1. So I can multiply this by 1 and multiply this by 4 to get the same coefficient. This will still be 5x minus 4y equals 6. And from here we have minus 4x plus 4y equals minus 4. Now, since they are now the same, you see the sign in front of the variable I want to eliminate is minus and plus. So to eliminate it, I can add what? Plus. To eliminate, so 5 plus minus 4, that's the same as 5 minus 4x, that will be x. Minus 4x plus, minus 4y plus 4y, that's 0. And I have 6 plus minus 4, that's 6 minus 4. And the answer is 2, straight. That my x is 2. If x is 2, then what will be the value for y? The simplest form of that equation is equation 2. Let's go to equation 2. Say from equation 2, which is y minus x equals to minus 1. So I can say y minus 2 equals to minus 1. That will be collecting like times there now. That will be y equals to minus 1 plus 2, and y will be equals to 1. So x equals to 2 and y equals to 1. You can confirm from the equation. If x equals to 2, 2 times 5, 10, minus 4 times 1. Well, that's 10 minus 1, we have 6. 1 minus 2 will give us minus 1. So that's correct. So the next one here now, okay, is this. This is the form of the shape. Now the question says that in the diagram, PQR is an isosceles triangle. If the perimeter of this triangle is 28, find the value of x and y, be the length of the sides of this triangle. Now the key thing here is a triangle, but we have been given as an isosceles triangle. And what is an isosceles triangle? We know that two sides will be equal. And you see from the question, PR is equals to QR. That's it. You see the mark there? PR is equals to QR. So if PR is equals to QR, let's try and check how we form an equation. PR is 6y minus 2x plus 1 is equals to QR is equals to 4y. Let's get one variable at one side and a constant at the other side. So if I bring this one in to come on, by collecting like times to meet y, and I take the constant of this outside, that means if 1 cross the equality sign, you come to negative 1 outside. And if I bring this 4y in, it becomes like this: 6y minus 4y minus 2x equals to minus 1. This one is 2y minus 2x equals to minus 1. From that, we form an equation. And also, the second key point is say the perimeter is 28. What's the meaning of perimeter? When you add the sizes, all the sides of the triangle together, you add every side. So the perimeter means that our perimeter, that means we are saying PQ plus QR plus PR. That's the perimeter. That means we are saying 28 equals to PQ, that's 2y plus x, plus QR plus 4y plus PR plus 6y minus 2x plus 1. So let's collect like times there. You can say 28 equals to 2y, 4y, 6y, that's 12y. I have plus x minus 2x, that's minus x plus 1. So if plus 1 come outside, it becomes 28 minus 1 equals 12y minus x. And 28 minus 1 will give us 27. That will be 27 equals to 12y minus x. That will be 27 equals to 12y minus x. So I can write this as 12y minus x equals to 27. So this is equation 2. Now if we get, let's now solve equation 1 and 2. Equation 1 says 2y minus 2x equals to minus 1. 2y minus 2x equals to minus 1. Equation 1 says 2y minus 2x equals to minus 1. And equation 2 is saying 12y minus x equals to 27. Equals to 27. Now let's use our fastest method, which is elimination. Or if you want to use substitution here, it's easy. You can say from equation 2. So that means if I want to make x, because the variable x here has a coefficient of 1, it's easy for me to make it subject of the formula. So I can take the x out and bring 27, that will be 12y minus 27 equals to x. I'll call this equation 3. Now say substitute equation 3 into equation 1. Now I formed the equation from 2. So I can't put it back to equation 2. So I have to put it in equation 1. So anyway, I'm seeing x in equation 1. I put 12y minus 27. So that means I have from equation 1, that's 2y minus 2 into brackets. Now my x is 12y minus 27 because of minus 1. That will be 2y minus 24y plus 54 because of minus 1. This will be minus 22y because of minus 1 minus 1 minus 54. Sorry, that will be 54. That will be minus 1 minus 54. That means minus 22y equals to minus 55. So that means y equals to minus 55 minus 22. So 11 there, that will be 5. 11 here, that will be 2. So y equals to 5 over 2. Now, since y equals to 5 over 2, you now say from equation 3 now, which x equals to 12y minus 27. That means x equals to 12 into bracket 5 over 2 minus 27. So x will now be 2 here 1, 2 into 12, 6. 6 times 5, that's 30 minus 27. So x equals to 3. So x equals to 3 and y equals to 5 over 2, that's 2.5. That's the first thing there. The question says we should find the values of x and y. So x equals 3, y equals 2.5. Now the question now says the length of the size of the triangle. The length of the size of the triangle is needs to check. Sorry, the length of the size of the triangle. Now we are asked to find since PQ, PR, and QR. PQ is 2y plus x. PQ is 2y plus x, and don't forget x equals to 3, y equals to 5 over 2, which is the same thing as 2.5. Y equals to 2.5. I mean, PQ is 2y plus, PQ equals to 2y plus s. QR equals to 4y. QR equals to 4y. And PR equals to 6y minus 2x plus 1. 6y minus 2x plus 1. PR equals to 6y minus 2x plus 1. So by solving this now, let's substitute. That will be 2 into brackets 2.5 plus 3. And that will give us 2.5. That's 10 2.5. That's 5 plus 3. That's 8 centimeter. And QR is 4 into brackets 2.5. And that will be 10 centimeter. And here now, we have 6 into bracket 2.5 minus 2 into bracket 3 plus 1. 6 into bracket 2.5, that's 15 minus 6 plus 1. 15 minus 6, that's 9 plus 1, that's equals to 10. And don't forget, we know our QR equals to PR. That's why the size is the same. That's 10 centimeter. Now the next question here is this: solve the simultaneous equation 1 over x plus 1 over y equals to 5. You can see that the SCM here is xy. It will be easier for me to multiply through by xy. Multiply through by xy. Since the SCM is xy, so if I multiply through by xy, so I can say multiply through by xy. That means xy times 1 over x plus xy times 1 over y also 5 times xy. So this one will be y plus x equals to 5xy. This is equation 1. The same thing, the second equation, we have 1 1 over y minus 1 over x equals to 1. The same thing happens here. The LCM is xy, so we can multiply through by xy. So we say xy times 1 over y minus xy times, so that means that I can multiply through by xy also. So that means xy times 1 over y minus xy times 1 over x equals to xy times 1. And this one will be x minus y equals to xy, equation 2. Now, if you look at this simultaneous equation properly, it's different from a little bit of what we have been solving since. But you see, we can still apply the same method. Now, look at the first one. Let me rewrite it. I can say it's x plus y equals to 5xy. Call this equation 1. And I say x minus y equals to xy. Say equation 2. Now, look at this now. Let's apply what we know straight. Don't bother. Y here has the same coefficient and this opposite sign that is there. We don't need to multiply, just use the elimination method. If you add x plus x, that's 2x, plus y minus y, that's 0, equals to 5xy plus xy, that will give us 6xy. Now we have x here, we have x here. So I can cancel divide both side by x. So that means 2 will be equals to 6y. And if I divide both side by 6, my y will be equals to 2 over 6, and that's 1 over 3. Straight. Y equals to 1 over 3. And since my y is equals to 1 over 3, I can pick any of the equation. S plus y equals to 5. Any of the equation s plus y equals to 5xy. And don't forget, y equals to 1 over 3. Y equals to 1 over 3. And say y equals to 1 over 3. So let's get x. X plus 1 over 3 times y equals to 5x times 1 over 3. So that will be x plus y. Sorry, since y is 1 over 3, it's not going to be a multiplication there. So just will be equals to y. Don't forget, sorry about that. You say x plus y equals to 5xy and y equals to 1 over 3. So that means substituting, that will be x plus 1 over 3 equals to 5x into bracket 1 over 3. So that will be x plus 1 over 3 equals to 5x over 3. Let's collect like times 1 over 3 equals to 5x over 3. You take x there, that means x over 1. This 1 over 3 equals to, if you find the LCM here, is 3. That will be 5x minus 3x. Now, since the denominator is the same, and we have the equality sign here, it's easy to now say 1 will be equals to 5x minus 3x is 2x. So divide both sides by 2. So my x equals to 1 over 2. So x equals to 1 over 2, and y equals to 1 over 3. The last one is, this one is deal with simple and compound interest. Simple interest rather than compound. An investor invested X naira in bank M. Now we need to, this is what problem? Bank M. That means if the investor invested X naira, that means the principal there is X naira. The rate in bank M is 6% per annum. And Y naira in bank now, another bank, bank N, the principal there is Y naira, and the rate there is 8%. Simple interest. If the total 8,000 was invested in the two banks, that means they are saying that if 8 million naira was invested in the two banks, that means we are saying the principal in the two banks is 8 million. That means x plus y also 8, 1, 2, 3, 8 million. I say that's equation 1. An investor received a total of this as interest from the two banks after 4 years. Now that means the time here for the two is for 4 years. So what's the simple interest? Formula for simple interest is principal times time times rate over 100. Now for bank M, the principal there is X times time 4 years now. Don't forget the time now is 4 years. Times the rate in bank M, that's 6 over 100. And that will be 24x over 100. Now in bank N, the principal there is Y times 4 times the rate there is 8 over 100. And that will be 32 over 100. These are the interests. So, and the question says that the investor receives a total interest of this. So that means what are we saying is the interest in the two banks, if we add it together, 24x over 100 plus this one will be 32y, 32y over 100 equals to the total interest, which is 2,320,000. So if you want to make it a linear one, if you multiply it through by 100, that will be 24x plus 32y. So 24x plus 32y now be equals to, now this increased by 2 zeros, say 2320 0 0 0 0 0 1 2 3 1 2 3 to 232 million. This becomes our equation 2. That becomes our equation 2. Don't forget the equation 1 is x plus y. Equation 1 says x plus y equals to 8 million 1 2 3. Equation 2 says 24x plus 32y equals to 230. Let's check it. That will be 232 million. Sorry. That will be 232 1 2 3 1 2 3. That's equation 1, and this is equation 2. So let's just use our elimination method, our substitution method. You can say from equation 1, my x equals to 8 million minus y, and that becomes equation 3. That's a substitute equation 3 into equation 2. So anyway, I'm saying yes, I put 8 million minus y, so that will be 24 into brackets 8 million minus y plus 32y equals to 232 million. And 24 times 8 million. Let me just say 24 8. 2 times, that's 32, 2 remainder 3. That's what? That's 2016 plus 3, that's 19. That's 192 million minus 24y plus 32y equals to 232 million. So if you collect like times here, 24, that will be 8y equals to 232 million minus 192 million. That means 8y equals to 232, 192. That's 0, 1 here. 13 minus 4. 13 minus 9, that will be 4. So that will be 40 million. Divided by 8. Y now becomes 40 here, that will be 5 million. So if y is 5 million, don't forget from equation 3, you say x equals to 8 million minus y, and that's 5 million. No, y is 5 million. That's 8 million minus y, and that y is what? 5 million. That my x will be what? 3 million. So x will now be 3 million. Y is 5 million, and x is 3 million. So you find the value of x and y. That's the value. Interest paid by the second bank. The second bank is bank N, and the interest is 32y over 100. 32y over 100. 32y over 100. Don't forget y is 5 million, Y is 5 million. So the interest in the second bank, which is bank, is 32Y over 100. And that's 32 times Y, which is 5 million, divided by 100. 0, 2, 0. That means we have 32 times 5. That will be 50,000 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just say 32 times 5. Then 0 remainder 1. 15, 160. That will be 160. It's 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That will be 1,600,000. 1,600,000. That will be the end of